This is a Ghost Dog mixtape original.
Welcome to Ghost Dog's Big Talk, and I'm your host, Ghost Dog.
It's your boy Ghost Dog at it again. Oh man. Remember, what's the first rule of Fight Club? We should all know that one by now. Here's a little hint. It's the same one as the second one. We don't talk about it. Okay? We keep it to ourselves, in-house, in locker specifically. Because that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the New York Football Giants. And we're talking about the scuffle, rather, that transpired this past week during OTAs. We also want to talk about how these wide receivers are just absolutely loving the new additions of the quarterbacks. And, we're going to round it about, we're going to finish this off, rather, talking about specified quarterbacks, rather. But before all that, man, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. We trying to get big over here, pause. Trying to, make things better for y'all. Help us get better so we can help y'all. But yeah, man, just hit the like, share, and subscribe. Aboriginal Sports Network, you know what it is. Ghost Dog's Big Talk. So let's get right into it, man. As I said, man, first rule of Fight Club, we don't talk about it. Brian Burns said at the podium, the heat got to us. Temperatures rose, tempers flew, but nothing serious, squashed it, nipped it in the bud. And he said specifically, they asked him, how do you feel about that stuff? He said, we need that edge, but not so much where it's a distraction. Still got to get the business done. I'm paraphrasing rather, but it's pretty much what he said. And I love to see it, man, because it just reaffirms my point that I think he's going to be one of the leaders of this defense. I think he's going to be Dex's voice, because where Dex is going to go do the actions, Brian Burns is going to be the words plus the actions. Because he even said it in the podium. We got a Dex, okay? So for all we know, Brian Burns might be the Tony Stark, the mouthpiece. You feel me? So let's see, man. I definitely count Brian Burns as one of the horsemen of this apocalyptic defense, as I like to call it. Man, I just can't wait. Just cannot wait, man. And they just, I'm going to say it once, I'm going to say it again, man. I think Brian Burns is going to be major key as far as the leadership on this team. But segueing into other things, Wandale Robinson was up there cheesing, laughing, smiling, and giggling and all that when they was asking him about the quarterback room and how he feels about it. And, I can't be too mad, man, because for the longest time we had to deal with, and they had to deal with specifically he who shall not be named. You watching videos and clips of receivers just catching balls in stride, just quarterback, putting it where the receiver needs to get it. Hyatt, and it's not just Wandale, it's Hyatt, Slayton out there making plays. Get ready, because I think Slayton is going to have himself a career year. I think Hyatt finally sees the end zone, put up some numbers himself. And I think Wandale, a lot of people might not like him, and I understand, smaller receiver, more of a gadget player. But I think he can be very, very, very useful and major key for this offense. Because he's slippery, he's good after the possession. Man, you just love to see that these receivers are finally just happy and motivated and making plays. And I get it, it's OTAs, but again, man, the hope train continues. So again, man, you love to see it. Wandale, I'm wishing him the best, because he does receive a lot of hate, and I don't think it's very warranted. But we're not gonna get too crazy into that, man. Like I said, man, these receivers are just gassed, and you love to see it. I love to see it as a Giants fan, you know. And then segueing into the quarterbacks, is it possible that we will see a Danger-Russ out there sometime this season? Because I don't know, man. Like, you know, a lot of people are saying he's washed. He did put up numbers last year when he was with the Steelers, when he played. I get it, older. He doesn't have that same physical ability that he once did in terms of, you know, escapability, slipperiness, moving out of the pocket. But I don't know, man. I feel as if, though, and it's gonna be based off how good this offensive line performs. And I think Evan Neal is a big part of that. And so far, so good with him. But we're not talking about the O-line. We are talking about Russell Wilson, quarterback room. I think as long as this offensive line plays average to above average, I expect to see a good chance to see Danger-Russ out there, man. I think he's coming in with a certain level of focus and zeal. Am I crazy? Am I jumping out the window to say that we might make a playoff appearance? I mean, I know I did say we will go 9-8 and barely miss the playoffs. But I don't know, man. We might see Danger-Russ out there. We might see that last little bit of flame of a Danger-Russ out there. We might not see start this year. It's a good possibility, man. And I'm all for it. Who's to say we're, you know, jumping out the window for a little bit, right? You know, dreaming. Who's to say, man, we can't make a deep playoff run with a Russell Wilson at the helm, a Danger-Russ? Hey, anything is possible in the league, man. This is the NFL for a reason. But I say all that to say simply, man, I expect Russell Wilson to just... I don't think he's going to allow Jackson Dart or Jameis Winston, for that matter, to even sniff the field, let alone touch the football. I think Russell Wilson, outside of like a major injury, knock on wood, I don't know, man. There's a certain level of focus that I'm just noticing from him. He's trying to prove it to some people, I think. I think it's no nonsense for him this season. You know, it's not to say that he won't mentor Jackson Dart to a degree, but that man is focused. There's a certain level of clarity, I feel like, even when he talks and they ask him these questions about Jackson Dart and then moving up to get him, he's like, man, look, this is about business. This is about me right now. And, you know, not to say, you know, I don't respect the kid and all that. That's what I got from him, at least. Like, not to say that I don't see him as the future, but I'm here to play. We're not here to just pass off the torch. That'll come eventually. Right now, I'm here to play. And I love to see it, man. Can you imagine the Danger-Russ out there for the entirety of the season, making a playoff push? We'll see, man. We'll see. We'd love to see it, though. But, yeah, man, OTAs is wrapping up. They in phase 3. I believe they finish up, when is it? It's almost over. I know they finish up probably sometime this week. Then they start up again for mandatory minicamp on June 17th to the 19th. And then I believe that's when they go for their break. And then they will officially be back for official training camp, which starts on July 24th. So, yeah, nah, man, just to close this up, man, it's just a different feeling this year, man. You know, I don't want to get too crazy. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get my, man, forget all that. Let's get the hopes up. Let's be happy as Giants fans. Let's finally see this team go in the right direction. Maybe it's a little bit of a pipe dream. Maybe I was jumping out the window. Well, I can only speak for myself. Maybe I am, but so be it, man. This team has been such a letdown year after year after year, and we all know why. We all know the main reason. So to see even like a Russell Wilson be like 70 or 65% of what he was, just to see what we can have from a potential offensive level with a capable quarterback. I'm looking all forward to it, man. And I personally, I think we're going to get more than a 65% Russell Wilson. I think we might get like an 80, 85%. I think we get close to a Danger-Russ, man. Like I said, I don't think he came here to just pass off the torch. I think he came here to really get busy. But the countdown continues and the hope train chugs along. Chugga, 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 chugga. Toot. With that being said, man, you know what it is. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the Aboriginal Sports Network, Ghost Dogs Big Talk. If you haven't subscribed to my main channel, please do. I'll post this one at the Aboriginal Sports Network. Keep an eye out for more content later on this week. I'm going to try to put on some other stuff for you guys. Just please be patient. But yeah, man, you already know. Ghost out.
Let me tell y'all something. Why don't you go ahead and hit that button? If y'all feel the vibe, just click subscribe. And if you appreciate the way I spit on the mic, then please smash that like.